So what was your official job title at the Brickyard?
Well, I don't really have one, actually.
Okay. What do you do?
We've never sort of got around to sorting that out, actually. I guess I'm kind of assistant manager, because Andy's the venue manager.
Yeah.
But I mean, the main part of my job really is dealing with like the bookings and promotion side of thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I need to come up with some really fancy titles.
Or doing lights like you were last night.
Well, yeah, that's another part of it, but
I didn't even know that was
we
part
do
of
a
your
bit of it.
repertoire.
Well, this is it, you see, because there's only myself and Andy. There's only the two of us that work there full time.
Okay.
We just both have to do a bit of everything, really.
So could he do lights if he nedeed to?
He knows the basics of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you do sound if it was emergency?
Not really.
All
No.
right.
I have very limited knowledge on that, to be honest.
Because I saw you last night. It was Nothing But Thieves.
Yeah.
Sold out.
Yeah, it was
It
great.
was pretty good atmosphere.
It was, yeah.
And I thought, because where you were doing the lights is normally where the sound
Yeah.
is. But then I realised they've brought their own sound.
That's right.
Because they've gone up in the world, haven't they?
Well, that's it. Yeah, they're all at Radio 1 and all that now. So.
Yeah, but there's some good work on the lights, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
There was some. Have you got any new lights there?
There
was some from the side that were like red and
not
like,
particularly
that I hadn't
new
seen
recently,
before.
right? Okay.
Maybe just don't use them that often.
Maybe not, or maybe just change the colours up a bit.
Maybe.
You know,
That really good. It looked really good.
Yeah.
But so, have you had much experience doing lights before? Had you learned it just there?
None at all. Yeah, that was it. That was just something I had to learn.
Okay.
When I got into the role, because I don't know how much you know about. Like I took over from Marc Howlett.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, when he left, I had to do a bit of a crash course in everything that he did. Really.
Oh, okay. You realised we did quite a lot.
Yeah. So he always used to do the lights, you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
So yeah, he just had to teach me how to use
Quickly.
the software, and that was it. I was away, chucked in the deep end.
So what were you doing before the Brickyard?
Before the Brickyard, I worked for Tesco for years. That was just my day job. Yeah, I worked for them for like over 10 years.
So how did the Brickyard thing come about then?
I'd known Marc and Andy for years.
Okay. Did you used to go to the Brickyard?
I actually, I actually went to college with Andy. Actually, that's how I first encountered him. We both did the same college course.
You guys go way back.
At Cumbria College of Art and Design, as it was back then.
Right.
University of Cumbria now.
Yeah.
So that's when we first encountered each other. And then Marc, we were at school together, actually. I think Marc was like a few years below me at school. I sort of met him through mutual friends, maybe. So I've sort of known those guys for a long time.
Yeah.
And so I've always kind of stuck, kept my nose
same
in
circles.
with them. And I think it started out, the first thing I ever did at the Brickyard, Marc wanted to try putting a new rock night on, just like a club night, you know.
Right.
So he asked me if I fancied DJing that with him. So that's how we started out. We started a rock night together. So that was kind of that
was your in.
First in, yeah. And then from there, I went back to university a few years back. It doesn't seem like long ago, but I think it's at the University of Cumbria.
Okay, right, yeah.
To do like an events course there.
Okay.
And so when I was doing that, I kind of, I was badgering them all the time for sort of.
So you actually went to uni to do something that was useful to what you wanted to do.
That's it, yeah.
A lot of people don't end up doing that, do
they? I've actually ended up with a job here, sort of in the field of events, which is quite.
Because you get some people will go to university and then they end up getting a job. So that's nothing to do with any qualification they spent 3 years getting. They get like an honours degree in biology, and then they end up doing something completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. So
it's hard. I think it's hard when you're younger to know exactly what you do want to do.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's the second time I've been to uni. First time around, it didn't really stick.
You had a bit of a better idea when you went back.
Although I did music the first time around, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, back then when A levels and stuff, I had no interest in A levels really, because I had no idea really. I
always feel you should have been able to try things first. Before committing to a whole.
I ended up. You see, this is it. After I'd done my A levels, I ended up going to the art college to do this music course, which is where I first met Andy. Because I sort of realised while doing my A levels, I don't like any of this stuff. Music's what I'm interested in. So
did he just get in touch with you? Say, I'm leaving. Do you want
to? Yeah. Because as I say, I'd sort of been, while I was doing this degree, I was sort of badgering them for stuff, and I actually ended up doing some work experience with them while I was on my degree, because I had to do a work placement as part of my.
That's good.
So I ended up doing work experience with them. And then just kept AR in, and then eventually Marc was like, "Look, I'm thinking about moving on." So
because he was there for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was about 8 years. I think he'd been there.
How long's Andy been there? Do you know?
Andy's been there like since the Brickyard began, which is about, I think it's 16 years now.
Wow.
I think.
That was one of our questions, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's been there from the beginning. I mean, he started out, it was somebody else running it back then, and he was just working. I think he was working on the bar to start with, maybe, and then he's ended up, now he's in charge.
Because we've had Adam Lewis on.
Yeah.
He used to work there.
He's worked in the bar. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many people,
musicians and that used to work there, then gig there, or vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
it's a good team there, though. I always like the staff are always really friendly.
Yeah, that's it. We've got got a good. Well, although we're running a bit short of staff, actually, we need they keep going off to uni and things like that.
No, it is one of them kind of jobs, isn't it?
Yeah. So we need to find some new ones, actually. But,
I love a good kind of red stripe at the Brickyard.
It's pretty popular. We sell a lot of that.
It was a good mixture of crowd last night, I thought.
Yeah, I think
there was a lot of young'uns there, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. But I think they were saying actually when they turned up, like their tour manager was saying, they get a proper mix of ages. They seem to get a dead gig. That. So yeah, they seem. I guess that's maybe why they're getting so popular if they've got quite a broad appeal.
So what were you saying? I spoke to you last night. 2 years ago, 18 months. Who did they support?
I think Young Guns it was. Yeah. I think it was about 18. It was the end of towards the end of 2015.
Yeah,
it was.
So they just had a half an hour set, but apparently they were off the stage.
Yeah, I think they were the only support, actually. I think it was just the one support for that. And yeah, they were great. Yeah, that was the first time I encountered them, and they were brilliant. And then here they are now back doing their own headline show. And,
it was just by chance. I was there. A friend just said, I'm thinking of going and seeing this band. I was like, who's this band? I had to go and look them up, and I was like, got like 104,000 likes on Facebook. I was like, that's good going. And then I looked on Spotify, and their best song had like 24 million plays.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's good. If only artists got paid enough according to that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's quite,
well, it'd be such an easier job.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's it.
There wouldn't be so much pressure on playing live and touring and all that.
No. Well,
that's it now, isn't it?
That's the way it
Tours,
is. Yeah, it's
merchandise.
totally different landscape to how it was.
You've got your gig fees and you've got your merch sales, and that's it.
Yeah.
You don't really count.
That's it.
Album
record
sales anymore.
Yeah, there's barely anything in it anymore. It's totally changed from when I was younger. And
have you dabbled in being in bands?
Yeah.
Are you in a band now?
That's it. I am right now. Yeah.
What's your band called?
We're called Hot Death.
I've heard of that name.
And it's.
Have you played the Brickyard?
We have.
The legendary Brickyard.
We've played the Brickyard several times. Several times. Our first gig was there.
Ah, cool.
We played like 3 times. We just last year really we started gigging. I think we played there 3 times, and the only other thing we went to play at the Alma Inn in Bolton.
We've played there. Yeah,
we played there recently. That was our last gig actually. That's the first time we've got out of Carlisle.
The big push.
But it's not. We're not looking to do anything with it really. You know what I mean? It's just.
How would you describe the band?
It's kind of hardcore punk, I guess. Pretty heavy and fast and shouty.
Cool.
Yeah. So. It's kind of one we just wanted to have a bit of a laugh, really, because I hadn't played in a band for a while, so having been at the Brickyard and getting into that, and having worked there for a couple of years now, I just thought I kind of feel like I want to get out. I miss playing live.
Yeah. So you knew some people.
Yeah. Well, prior to that, my previous band was The Sun Explodes. I used to be in them.
Did you?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
I was in the original lineup.
Wow.
I was in them for about 3 years, I think. First 3 years. I did the first album I did with them.
What do you play?
Guitar. Yeah. So I did we recorded the first album.
Right.
And then they've done like 2 more albums since then, I think, and they've got a new one about to come out as well.
Yeah, they've just announced it, haven't they?
Yeah. I was in them for a few years.
Were they getting about much back then?
Yeah, we did. Well, that's it. We did. That's the thing. At that point, we were trying to sort of make something of it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I ended up packing it in, really, because it was taking up. It was taking up so much time and so much money as well. We weren't making any money, certainly. we were having to pour a lot of money into it.
Nobody does these days.
So that was kind of
it's the same for a lot of people.
Yeah,
it gets to a certain point and you just kind of think,
That's it.
You got to weigh it up.
Exactly. So yeah, I had it was a few years. I think then it was about 3 years after.
So
then before I started this.
Yeah.
So
cool. Obviously, you rehearsed at the Brickyard as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's it. Well, that's what I thought, Got a nice rehearsal space here, might as well make use of it.
Yeah. You've got a lot of bands that rehearse there still?
Not that much, actually, at the minute, no.
Falling Red still rehearse
Falling
there?
Red do still, now and again, yeah.
Did the Sun Explodes used to rehearse there?
Yeah, they do now and again, but they haven't practiced for ages.
No.
I think they're kind
starting
of...
up again, won't they?
Yeah, because they're they're down to a 4-piece now. Because
Matt, is it Matt?
Alex,
Alex.
He replaced me.
Okay.
Then he left.
Right.
So they've
I remember when I'd only just discovered them then that they'd got a new guitarist.
Right.
I didn't realise it was
replaced
you.
Me. Yeah. So they've just gone down to a 4-piece. They're going to try that, I think. But
interesting.
I believe this new album they've got coming out was written sort of as as a 5-piece band.
Yeah. We had Matt, Alex's brother, on.
Oh right, yeah.
And he was saying this was last year, and he was saying they've got like the next couple of albums.
Yeah,
written.
I mean they wrote this one ages ago.
Yeah, it's just a case of recording it.
Yeah, when Alex was in the band still. And so I believe now they're just going to have to write a whole new load of material because it's
a different band.
Different, yeah, it is basically because Dave's
or adapt what they've already written to fit the live line, because you've got to be able to do it live, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it.
You've got like an extra member doing loads of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Take that out.
Well, that's it, because it's all quite technical stuff. So obviously they have the 2 guitarists. So it's going to change the dynamic quite a bit, I think. But
they've got quite an enigmatic frontman, haven't they?
Yeah, Dave. Yeah. Well, that's it. I think he's going to be playing guitar now as well.
Is he?
I believe so. I'll
be interested to see that. I've never seen him. He's always just been singing, hasn't he?
He used to play guitar in his old bands.
Okay.
He used to sing and play guitar.
He's a great singer.
He's a good guitarist as well.
Yeah, I like his voice.
Yeah, that's it. I think it kind of sets them apart a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
It's different sound.
They have got quite a unique sound.
Yeah.
Like tech metal, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess you would say that. Yeah.
Like weird time signatures.
Yeah.
And lots of stopping.
I think they've got more and more.
They've got further down that way. Yeah.
From what they. Yeah.
A bit progressive as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That was quite a big chunk of my musical.
How far did you get with that band? Further away.
Well, playing. We got down to London and stuff.
Right.
We what did we do? We played.
Did you get a van?
No, we never got a van actually. It got to a point actually where Alex bought Alex Harris, the guitarist.
Yeah.
He actually sort of bought like a sort of people carrier.
All right.
Basically,
well, that helps.
So that we could use it for band transport. Yeah. He sold his other car and got a people carrier. It was like he was having a family or something. But so we got about a fair bit. We used to go play up in Glasgow and Edinburgh quite a bit and stuff, and
playing for petrol money.
Yeah, playing for no money quite often. Yeah.
Well, you've got to start somewhere, haven't you?
But yeah, so yeah, that was it. But whereas with this new band, it's kind of just we're not really actively out there looking for gigs. It's just kind of whatever comes along, and we just have a laugh practicing. So really, it's
punk.
just,
what is that? What you grew up on?
Not really. I guess what
were you into when you were
first? I mean, the first stuff that I would. I guess sort of, when you're younger, it's kind of what your parents listen to, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
I suppose
That's
so.
your first sort of musical
and then what your friends are
introductions, I
listening
guess.
to.
Yeah. So, I've got memories of being in the car driving places with my parents with sort of like Queen on and stuff like that, and
good stuff.
Eric Clapton and Cream and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm very into that sort of stuff. And then you sort of obviously once I got to about sort of 14 or something, I think that was when I first really started.
Yeah.
Sort of developing my own taste, and getting into stuff then.
What did you go into after that?
So, about that time, that was kind of all when Britpop was kicking off and stuff.
Early 90s, mid-90s.
Mid-90s kind of stuff.
Yeah, so Oasis and Blur.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it was massive. Music was...
It was everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah, it felt like a...
Because then you had the other side of it, you had the bloody Spice Girls. And
yeah,
all that,
definitely. It felt like a very... Sort
very
of
British.
important time for music.
For British music.
Yeah, because it was all over the news and everything,
And they were big in America and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Without even, they would go on tour there and they would just sell out straight away without even, they'd made such an impact here that they just went over there, just made the transition.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen too often.
No. It felt, that time felt it was very exciting, all these bands I was discovering then.
The old Britpop.
Yeah. So that was kind of the start. It was more down the sort of indie stuff was probably what I was first into around then, and then started getting into a bit more alternative stuff and that.
Yeah.
And then sort of, a couple of years later when I started going out and stuff, used to go to the Twisted Wheel in Carlisle. I don't know if you know.
Before I lived here, but I've heard of it, yeah.
That was kind of the rock club.
Very popular.
And it was very popular. It was kind of indie and rock, it was a bit of a mix of everything.
Yeah.
So there I started getting exposed more to sort of like Rage Against the Machine, Korn, Deftones, stuff like that.
A bit heavier.
Yeah, and that could sort of expanded things a bit, and it's just kind of grown from there, I guess. Really.
Yeah, I just wondered how you ended up in the style of music, playing the style of music that you are
but
now.
Then punk rock, I started getting into punk
back
from that as well. Yeah. Really, I don't know. I think I probably got more into like more modern stuff first.
Modern punk.
It was more. It was stuff like NoFX and Rancid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then went back a bit,
sort of diversified. And sort of the roots of it.
And so that's always been something that. And then my first band when I went to the art college. Started a band there, and that was actually a ska punk band.
All right.
I'd never really been particularly into ska at that point.
It's fun to play, isn't it?
It is. It was good fun, that. But yeah, the lad who I was on the course with, who I started the band with, he was really into it. So we just became a ska punk band.
Off on you.
Yeah. So that So that was kind of I got really into like punk and stuff then a bit more, I guess. So I don't know. It's just kind of.
So you're writing your own songs and that for this band?
Yeah, it's all original stuff. Yeah, it's been quite good to sort of get into that again, actually, because like
the creative process of it.
It was more. The Sun Explodes was very much sort of Alex's baby.
Yeah,
he would just come to us with fully formed songs. Like he'd send us an MP3 of a track, literally a track that he'd written at home and recorded and everything, and like. And we just kind of,
That's where
it was, he was quite happy for us all to input and stuff.
Well, you get people like say Dave Mustaine.
Yeah,
he is that band.
Yeah,
like there's certain people who are just the driving force of that band, and without them, they wouldn't be that band.
Oh, definitely not.
Whereas you get the bands where it's like a full collaborative effort where everyone chips in. So whatever works, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah. So this one, I guess this band is a bit more. We all kind of just turn up to practice with a few ideas and it just sort of comes together. It's a bit more organic, I guess, which is how I like it.
It's less pressure as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's more how I like doing it, to be honest.
Have you recorded much before?
We've done an EP with this band actually, which we actually recorded at the Brickyard.
Okay.
We got Dave Mackay out from Drollman, Andy's band, the guitarist. He's getting quite into his sort of recording side of things, so he was just wanting a bit of practice really, and he said, "Look, man, I'll record you if you want."
So what was the setup? How did you do it?
He just he brings his Mac down, and he's got I don't know what he's got all these various programs on there. Whatever he needs.
Sound setup.
He put it through. I think he put it through the desk to record the drums.
All right, that makes sense.
We record the drums like in the main room at the Brickyard. And then the rest of the stuff we just recorded upstairs, like in the practice room.
Sounds good. Did you get a good drum sound from that room? Because it's quite roomy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it sounded good. Yeah,
because with like DIY, that's one of the big issues.
Yeah,
to get real good sounding drums, you have to have a million mics, obviously, and you have to get it just right. Or do you go digital?
It's very. It's
a tough one because if you crap drum sound, real drums can let it down. The whole thing down, so it's kind of like a balance. But so is that? Can people get that? Is it?
Yeah, we've got a Bandcamp page. Yeah, I think it's hotdeath.bandcamp.com. I think.
I'm sure if you search hot,
if you heard hot,
there's not going to be much comes up other than you if you type that in. Is it on Spotify?
It's not actually. No, we've not bothered putting it on there.
You should really.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That's a really easy way for people. You don't get much money for it, but it's an easy way.
No, that's it. Yeah. No, we've not got around to that. We should do probably, but I think
it's pretty easy.
We're going to look to record something new. I think soon as well. So
I think you'll do it the same way.
Maybe. Yeah. I think so. I think we're going to.
Happy with how that came out.
Dave said he would be up for it again. I think he's sort of learnt stuff. He's done some more recording since then for other bands, and he's learnt a bit more, and I think he wants to do it again to see how he can improve on the sound
see
as
if
well.
He can get it better. Yeah.
So I think hopefully we'll do that again at some point soon.
Cool.
It's just a case of getting all the stuff practiced enough. It's
that's it. Because you don't want to waste people's time, do you?
No, that's it.
You need to be able to execute the songs.
It's constantly, we haven't actually practiced for quite a while because it's always like, oh, somebody can't do it this week or whatever, So.
It's life, innit? Life gets in the way of a band.
That's it, unfortunately.
So who's some of the favourite bands that you've booked whilst you've been there?
Well, I've been there. Well, that's it. I've been there just over 2 years now. I think it was April. Yeah, it was when I officially started there.
So just gone 2 years.
Yeah. So the first band I actually booked was Farquhar and the Rattlesnakes.
Oh yeah, remember that.
And yeah, so it was it was enjoyable and not so enjoyable because it was great. It was a great gig. Really good supports as well. It was a good package. And yeah, I'm a big fan of him because I was really into Gallows like there and stuff and that. But it didn't sell great. It wasn't a particularly.
I bet sometimes it's hard to predict that.
Well, that's it. It's really hard to know. I thought, his name, I thought would be enough. And now they're like going all over the world playing massive gigs now and that.
I also think sometimes it depends what day of the week they're playing, what time of year they're playing.
Definitely,
There's always other things that can affect it.
We do have to be careful with that. Like, if we're putting, the bulk of our stuff is Fridays and Saturdays. Really.
Yeah.
If we're putting someone on during the week, it's got to be something that we know is going to get people out.
I got a Dragon Force.
Yeah, that's sold out.
That was a Tuesday. I've mentioned this on the podcast before. That was a Tuesday night.
Yeah,
because we had our album launch on the following Saturday. So we were there handing out flyers.
Right. Okay.
But that's when I realised that all those people they're not regular attendees.
Yeah,
to the Brickyard.
No, that's
it's
it.
a big band, so they come out.
Yeah, exactly.
You won't see them again.
That's it. I mean, last night, Nothing But Thieves. That was Monday night.
Because you'd recognise the same people, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of people in there who we know, but at the same time, a lot of people that never.
It just brings them out, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's
from
it.
somewhere.
Yeah. But that's it. So if something's big enough and we know it's going to do well, then during the week's fine. But we have to be careful with it because we get offered so many things, and it's like that's just we're just not going to get a crowd out for that. Sorry, during the week you have to be.
You get it the other way sometimes, where you're not sure about someone, but it ends up doing really well.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really happened in my time, but I know there has been stuff in the past that they've been quite surprised by. There was like, I think the 1975. That was they're massive now.
That was a few years ago.
It's a few years back, maybe about 3 years ago or something. And they're massive now. They're like everywhere. And
I remember the last time I went to London. That was a few years ago. But they were like on the billboards in the train station or the tube station. I was like, wow. Yeah. It's just like something happened. All of a sudden.
That's it. It does sometimes, doesn't it? I think that one took them by surprise a bit. They weren't expecting that, and that sold out and was massive. Yeah. So but I don't think it's happened. So I'm trying to think if there's anything in my time that's been like that. But,
it's cool to see I think that's going to be the case with Nothing But Thieves, where you see a band just before they kind of something happens.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's it.
You feel almost lucky to have had them.
Yeah. But then it's the same. It works the same way with saying about the Farquhar gig. It wasn't that busy. There was less than 100 people in. And you think now, they're playing massive. They're playing like huge gigs.
Those 80 people who are there.
Yeah,
I saw that. I was
all these other, it's like all these other people watching them. It's like you could have come and seen them in the Brickyard, in a little tidy environment where he spent the whole gig just in the crowd. He just jumped straight over the barrier and was just in the crowd singing. They could have been there and seen that, but so it's trying to convince people to come out for this stuff and say, look, you might not get a chance to see them in this kind of
Do you find
environment.
By and large, most artists are like good to work with. They're all right people.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get naming
and shaming people. No, usually. I mean, it's sometimes you don't have a lot of interaction with the band.
They just keep themselves to themselves.
They'll stay in the dressing room before the gig, and which is fair enough. It doesn't necessarily mean they don't want to see people or anything. They're maybe just in the middle of a massive tour and they're tired. You don't know really. But then other times, you'll see it like, last night's a really good example. Actually, everybody was great on that.
The other bands cool. Were really. I was talking to the other bands. They're really cool.
Yeah, they were all like, everybody was really sound. Everybody was in a good mood. Everyone was. The tour manager was great. That's always quite important.
Because that your venue's on his list now. If he manages anybody else, well.
Hopefully
Works both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah. but that kind of sets the tone a lot sometimes. If the tour manager turns up and is in a bit of a bad mood and is a bit edgy or something,
can go either way, can't it?
It just puts it puts everyone on edge a bit in it.
Yeah.
But
vibes.
This bloke just rolled up and he was great, and he was just like, yeah, everything's cool, whatever, and it was great, yeah. So
he's on pretty much a sold out tour, so yeah, everything is going great.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, can't argue with that.
but no, they're doing very well. Yeah, like we were saying last night, they're going to do all the festivals.
Yeah.
And then their album will drop.
Yeah.
Then it'll be like an academy tour, I would imagine.
That's it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's that next level up.
I think this was designed to be just a little sort of smaller venue tour, just to sort of
test the waters.
Build a bit of
because it looks good. Like I was saying as well, it doesn't look as good as you've got a tour of like 8 academy dates, but none of them are sold out and they don't sell that well. I think it looks way better to play at the smaller venues, but they're all sold out.
Yeah.
It's just it's a no-brainer, really.
I wish we got more of that from bands.
Exactly.
I think we often seem to be sort of the higher end of the capacities on a tour. So because we're 320 is our capacity.
Oh, is it 320?
So quite often the tours that we've got coming in will be everywhere else will be sort of 250 maybe.
Yeah.
We'll be one of the higher end ones.
Yeah.
We'd kind of like it if the other venues were a bit bigger, and then we would guaranteed. I think that happened with that. I think Skindred actually, when they played this year, most of the other venues they played were bigger. We were one of the smaller ones,
right, okay.
And I was sold out easily.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. It was just crazy atmosphere and stuff.
Yeah,
and I think we'd much prefer it if we were one of the smaller venues on the tour, but we don't really have a lot of say, unfortunately.
As long as they're coming to you.
As long as they're coming in, yeah.
You seem to be on that list of a lot of bands, because the more these bigger bands or bands that seem to be like loads of potential and go on are seen playing your venue, then it kind of other bands look at you and go, well, we'll play that venue then.
Yeah, well, that's it. Hopefully, it's kind of hard to know. It's hard to know how they do it, really. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they all work differently.
Yeah,
don't they?
I'm not sure how the booking agents work things out sometimes.
Word gets around somehow.
Yeah.
I still think a lot of it old school word of mouth, though. If someone knows someone and says,
yeah, well,
or someone might ask someone who knows someone. Your band played there. How did you get that? Or what was it like? Or
we always, everybody, like when bands first come to the Brickyard, they always love it.
It is. It's a great venue.
They love the venue, and
it's a no-brainer.
The dressing room with the computer games and stuff. They go mad for that.
PlayStation.
And we're like, all right, send word back then to send word back to London or wherever you've come from.
That's it. Yeah.
So we hope that word spreads like that. That people like it, and maybe that helps a bit. But it's hard to know, really. But then you get bands like Skindred. They've played quite a few times now because they obviously know it's going to be a good show every time they tour. So they're
happy with that, aren't
they? Yeah. So
they probably feel like they could probably do a bigger venue, but they're happy.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's what they do bigger venues as well.
Yeah.
But there's certain ones where even though it's smaller, we like it, so we'll go back.
That's it. They know it'll sell out. They know it'll be a good atmosphere.
Yeah. So. And that sounds really good.
Yeah.
The lights are really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you had a bit of a refurb not that long ago, last year, was it?
Yeah, we did a bit. Well, it was kind of actually when I was first coming in, we were doing quite a lot of it. While Marc was still there.
Remember you get like new floor?
We got the new flooring in. That was getting done just as I was coming in.
And then is it those LED lights at the back?
We got some. Yeah, I think they'd come in just before that as well.
Right. Yeah.
And we sort of recent. We did a bit of sort of just painting and decorating, a bit of maintenance. Did the bar up and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like wood cladding on the bar and stuff
that looks
like
really
that.
Cool.
And then we did the gents' toilets last year, which was a big one. Because dear, that was not a happy place to be.
Men's toilets in general.
So we've got now the gents are lovely. They're really nice. So.
Oh, and you also do silent discos.
Yes, we do. Yeah,
which is something I've been intrigued about.
Always, I've
never actually been, but
it's a weird one.
So everyone who's there, do they have got headphones on?
Everyone has headphones on, yeah.
Are they all listening to the same music?
There's 2 different DJs at any one time playing, and you have a switch on the headphones, so you can flip between the two. Flip between, yeah.
So if you go in there and you haven't got headphones on and you just look at people, there's just a lot of quiet people jumping around.
Yeah, basically. It's just, by the end of the night, it's as noisy as a club night. because all you can hear is everyone singing along, and everyone's feet are going, and it's you can tell as the night's going on,
people get a bit more drunk as well.
You can tell what song's on because you can hear everybody singing it.
I might just have to try one.
It's very strange.
It's not even my kind of music, but I'll just have to try it.
Well, it's a bit of everything at them. That's what we try to do at it. We have like 4 DJs who keep rotating. Adam Lewis does it usually, and he tries to stick a bit more rock stuff in and that,
I'd be happy with like 90s classics.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
there's plenty of that. So yeah, it's interesting. It's a strange experience. Yeah.
I'd love to know who thought of that, who came up with that
idea. I don't know. I really don't know. No,
silent disco.
There will. I think there's probably going to be one towards the end of the year, so keep an eye out.
Yeah, I'll get for that. Because you have Soul Nights as well, don't you?
Yeah, Motown and Soul Night. That's
They're
very
quite
popular. Yeah. That's always it's always a popular one.
You get older people for that then?
We get a bit of a mix for that. It's a proper mix. Yeah, you'll get like younger students in, and then you'll get like people who will sort of remember it all from first time round. But because it's a club night, it's from like 10 p.m. until about 3 a.m. or something. So
the oldies stay for
the older ones. Yeah, the older ones tend to sort of disappear off about midnight, maybe.
Well, yeah, you do quite an eclectic mix of events, don't you?
Yeah, well, that's it. We try to just do any sort of music that's gonna, we've got, I think people think that the people who don't really know much about the Brickyard think it's just like a rock venue,
Yeah, well, there is a lot of that.
I mean, there is a lot of that, obviously, because that's
the mainstay, isn't it?
We get a lot of it, yeah. We get offered a lot of it and stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll do anything if we think it's good, if people want to see it. That's at the end of the day, that's what we're there for, to try and put things on that people want to see. You know what I mean? So, like we've got Lucy Spraggan coming back later in the year. She was on the X Factor. That's where she made her name. So
she's done all right.
Yeah, I mean, first time, I think it was 2013, first time she played, and it sold out really quick. I think that was another one that took them by surprise, actually.
Yeah. Some of those people just disappear, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, that's it, yeah. Probably, I haven't seen... There'll probably be people come to see her this time who haven't been since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it, we're happy to put a real mix of stuff on, whatever we think people want to hear, really.
And you've just booked the Mighty Ash.
Have indeed, yes.
Was that your handiwork?
Well, yes, it was. I guess so. I mean, it got offered to us. It's not one that we actively sort of pursue. But I mean, they've played before.
Yeah, I didn't look at the tour. What kind of other venues are they playing?
Yeah, it's all sort of smaller venues again. I think they just it's a little. I think it's
getting back into it. Kind of thing.
It's the 2 weeks running up to Reading and Leeds Festival, and they're playing that. Yeah. So I think that's kind of what it's for. It's just a little run up to that.
What's the date?
15th of August is when they're playing with us, which is again that's a Tuesday night. So that's one that we
Is that sold out already?
It's not. No, it's selling well, but
it will sell out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that'll.
But there's still quite a few. There's still a few tickets left, but it's.
Are they bringing their own supports?
Yeah, there's just one support coming with them actually.
So that's the other thing. That sometimes you get an offer and say, but they're already bringing their own.
Yeah, quite often.
Or they might ask you, do you know to bring a local?
Well, this is it. Yeah, it works. It's kind of 2 ways really. You'll either get like the Nothing But Thieves one. It was like they're bringing supports with them.
It's like a package that already.
Yeah. But then you get other ones like Skindred. Actually, is another good example.
Yep.
Because Triverse Massacre ended up doing that one.
Local band, yeah.
Because they came and they were like right, we're bringing one support with us. But yeah, we're happy to put a local on as well if you've got any suggestions. So.
I like it. I prefer that.
Yeah, well, that's it. We much prefer that because it means
a lot to the local band.
Yeah, that's it. It's great. It's a great way for us to sort of reward local bands, if you like. If
they've seen them worked hard.
They've been working hard. We're like, look, do you want this?
Yeah.
Do you want this support? And
they were pretty spot on for that gig, I thought.
And they were quite happy about that when I messaged Liam about it. He was quite pleased. So we prefer that. We said that to them to the tour manager on that one. They were like, that's much how we prefer to do it. It makes more sense. And for that one as well, it was Raging Speedhorn with the main support. And and I mean they're a pretty big name,
pretty big band themselves.
So that's much better. I think if you've got one decently well-known support, and then we can stick a local on as well.
Yeah.
That's much better than 2 supports that nobody's ever really heard of.
I think
with the greatest respect to all these bands.
You should trust a well-established venue to be able to
pick
a good opener, local, who's going to bring a few people.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, this is it. Sometimes these packages, they've put it together already.
Yeah.
It's maybe bands that are on the same label or have got the same booking agent or something. They just want to get them on the tour. So
that's it. Yeah.
So we have no say, but
that's the way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So the other thing that you've started doing recently is the Bloodstock Melt to the Masses.
Yeah. Well, that's
pretty cool.
That's finished now. But yeah, that's it was Stephen who used to do it, who did it in Club Rock last year.
Yeah.
He came to us basically, and
I thought it made perfect sense.
Yeah. So yeah, that was.
I couldn't get to the final. Was it well attended?
Oh, did you not?
Was it all right?
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, it was a Sunday night, which makes it a bit hard.
The Carlisle one always seems to. The final's always really early compared to all the other places.
I'm not sure.
There's still
really.
a few of them that are still
some
happening
going
now.
on. Yeah. Well, the guy who came, there was a guy from Bloodstock comes to the final.
Was it Simon Hall, the main guy?
It
himself?
was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he's the main man.
Yeah,
I didn't realise he was there.
He was saying that some of them will, like for next year's one, some of them will start soon. He said some of the ones like down in London and that.
Because there's that many bands.
Yeah, that's it. He says they'll have heats for months. Yeah.
Whereas
and he said some of the other ones will just have a final.
Yeah. We're not quite that bad. We have a quarter final.
No, that's it. Yeah. So.
I think if it stays at the Brickyard and keeps going, it'll just get better.
I think it's going to be happening next year probably. So
I think it brings more bands out of the woodwork.
Yeah, it gives.
Local bands a reason to get together.
I think we found that it was more. There weren't really many Carlisle bands on. It was more bands from like West Cumbria and stuff.
That's it. But as I say, if it keeps going, I think people will see that as an opportunity every year to get out there and do something.
Yeah,
it's
hopefully.
a good opportunity.
Yeah. So.
But it's a good relationship to have with Bloodstock.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. I mean, him, Simon. He was really nice actually. Yeah.
He is really nice. He goes to most, if not all, the heats. The finals anyway, at least.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why. Why it was on a Sunday, it was so that he could get to it.
Yeah.
He gives them a list of dates basically and says, "Look, the final's got to be. It needs to be on one of these so I can get to it."
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I think that's part of the attraction. The fact that he's going to be there, the main man's going to be there, and if you get to the final, he's going to watch you play.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's it.
we did it last year, and we got to the final, and that was part of it.
Yeah.
Everyone coming to watch you.
Well, that's it. I mean, and he was great, and he was really impressed with the venue. He was like, "Yeah, I've never been here before. So it's great."
Exactly.
He really liked it.
That venue's
so
on his radar.
Hopefully that's it. Yeah, it's on his radar. Maybe something will come of that. So we'll see.
But pretty sad events recently in Manchester.
Yeah. It's pretty surreal, isn't it? It's not something you expect to hear.
Still can't believe that. But I mean, it was bad enough when they had that one in France at the Bataclan.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Because I mean that was quite a small venue as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a surprise.
For an arena though, it's just like
you
just don't expect it on your own backyard, do you?
No, I guess not. No, but I don't know. It's not like
it's pretty.
There's only so much you can do about these things, isn't there? Unfortunately,
I know. You just got to keep going, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Not let the bastards win.
Definitely.
So, what other favourite venues have you got? Have you been to any of the? Have you been to the venue in Carlisle?
No, actually, not.
It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like it's halfway between the Brickyard and the Sound Centre.
Yeah. Because I think it's nearly 1,000 capacity. I think
it's a little bit just over. I think.
Yeah, right.
If they change the setup right, they can get that many in.
No, I've never actually been in.
It's really cool. The stage is like really high.
Yeah.
But it's a proper stage. It's like all the lights and everything.
Yeah, I don't know that it seems pretty.
It's underutilized.
Yeah,
it's underutilized, and not probably people don't even know it's there.
No,
like I didn't until someone had to physically take me there and go, look, it's there. I was like, oh, I never noticed.
That's it. Yeah,
you'd literally walk past it 100 times and not notice it.
Yeah,
when you go inside and you're like, wow.
Yeah, massive. I have actually been in the space, because it was like a club for a bit before it became briefly. It didn't last very long, I don't think.
It changed hands.
I think that's kind of where Club Rock started from. It was part of it.
Yeah, it's all in the same vicinity, isn't it?
And then so
I think Target Wrestling do all their...
Oh, they do, don't they? That's right, yeah.
And they're all... Those guys are on the ball with promotion and all that, because they're all... I don't know if they sell out, but they're always really well attended.
Yeah, so
you always see the flyers around.
Oh, yeah, there's posters everywhere, yeah.
Which is another key thing.
Yeah.
Some bands do, some bands don't. Some venues do, some venues don't.
Well, this is it. When I go putting the posters up, because I do that as part of, part of my job. There's always you always see those those wrestling posters everywhere as well.
So have you got the same places in town that you always put?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of we've
got like agreements with local establishments.
Yeah, we've always there's loads of places that we've just been putting them up in for years. This was another thing that Marc kind of passed over to me. You know, he already had a lot of these places in. Yeah, like down. You know, we've got like a big spreadsheet with everything on to keep with what we've put where and stuff like that.
It is old school, but I still think that's
you've
in
got
your local area. It's still quite important.
I think a lot of people nowadays they think they can just make an event on Facebook or something, and that's it. That's all.
You should do that, but you shouldn't rely on it.
Yeah, absolutely. We we do the posters as well. We know that people see them, and it seems to help. So. Yeah.
Do you do all the social media as well?
Yeah. So I'm in charge of all that. Yeah,
because you do a lot on Twitter.
Fair bit.
A lot of retweeting.
Yeah,
as well.
We do a lot of retweeting. Yeah, I try to. It's
because a lot of people seem to interact with it though. When
we get quite a lot of engagement with that. Yeah, and Facebook, we've got quite. I think we've got about 9,000 and odd. Likes on Facebook now.
You don't promote the posts though, do you?
We do now
sometimes,
and again. Yeah, sometimes we do. Yeah, because that's kind of kind of have to do that now.
Because
they've changed the way it works, haven't they? Yeah, that's it. Kind of have to. So we kind of it's just kind of something we have to factor into our sort of promotion budget, I guess. Yeah, nowadays it's not something you used to have to do. But
it's to be fair, if you target the right audience, it does work. That's why it's.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
That's what it's designed for, I guess.
Yeah,
but
that's it.
It's the world we live in now, isn't it?
That's it. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot to say in it. I mean, I guess Facebook's free, so you can't really argue if they want to do it that way. But
they only make like 500 million profit a year.
Exactly.
They must be struggling.
Nice for them. Yeah. But
so, who are your some of your overall favourite bands?
Well, my all-time favourite band is actually Ash. So
is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I'm pretty pleased.
No wonder you were chuffed about that.
Back. Yeah.
You'll get to meet your heroes then.
Well, yeah. I've never actually met them. I mean, I've lost count of how many times I've seen them.
Yeah. Did you put a little fanboy message on when you're emailing them?
No. I've not had any dealings with them. It's all just through the booking agent.
Oh, that's funny.
But I've never actually met them. Actually, the amount of times I've seen them, I mean, I saw them at the Brickyard last time they played, and they were there afterwards having photos with people and stuff. But I wasn't really bothered. I was just.
I'll take a photo of you with them this time. Don't worry.
That's it.
Big grin on your face.
I'll have to interact with them this time.
You'll have to, yeah.
I'll probably be helping them load in. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But so I'm looking forward to that one. Actually, I did consider sort of. Maybe trying to take it off and just
be a punter.
But I thought, I'd quite like to be there during the day and, see them setting up and everything and all that.
Yeah. So. I remember when I first played the Brickyard, it was a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, I suppose. It's
I've never played any, that was the biggest venue I'd played by miles when I first played there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Typical routine, opening band.
Yeah,
overnight, half an hour, or 25 minutes there, I think it was.
Yeah.
Which we played way too fast, so it was like 20 minutes.
Right. That's always the way, isn't it? Yeah. I think, well, the first time I played there, actually, it was the Richmond Hall still, which is what it used to be.
I didn't even know that.
That's what it used to be before it became the Brickyard. It was just, I mean, that's what the building's called, really, the Richmond Hall.
Is it called the Brickyard because that's originally what it was?
No, the Brickyard. I think the Brickyard was just a name they came up with for it.
Because I always thought there is. The walls, obviously, they're all bricks.
Yeah, obviously the walls are bricks.
I just wondered, is that just come and gone?
It's been, I mean, it's hundreds of years old, that building.
Yeah.
It's been all sorts of things over the years. It was a school for a while. Apparently the main room was like a sort of sports
assembly hall or something. Yeah,
there's they used to have games, PE lessons in there.
Badminton.
Yeah, but we have actually had people in. Older people who've said, I used to get taught, the dressing room at the front. It's I used to have classes in there. And we're like,
wow,
oh crikey, that's a while ago. But it was a school. It's been, I think it was like a sort of church hall or something originally. That's what it was built as, I think. Yeah, something like that. So it's been all sorts of things over the years.
Would you say it was called?
But the Richmond.
Was it a music venue then?
Yeah, it was then. I think it was. Next door there used to be the Front Page nightclub, which was pretty popular back in the sort of mid-90s and that. And I think the guys who who ran that. I think they sort of started putting gigs on in the Richmond. That was kind of how it started.
Okay.
It wasn't like a sort of full-time venue or anything. But yeah, so it was that, and yeah, first time I actually played there, it was still the Richmond. And I remember going to a couple of gigs there and stuff.
Did it always have the big high stage then?
It was higher, I think, originally.
Higher?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't really remember it that well now, but I think it was higher, and it was kind of... It was on an angle a bit. It was... now it's kind of there, straight looking at you.
Yeah.
It was more kind of in the corner.
All right.
I think, as far as I remember, it's a while ago
Hazy
now.
memory.
Yeah. It's a while ago now.
Might have just been the alcohol.
So, yeah, maybe.
It's over
But,
there.
yeah. So, yeah, but I mean, then it became the Brickyard. I can't remember if it's... I think it's at least 16 years now. I think it... Maybe even 17. I can't quite remember, actually.
I wonder who gave it that name.
I'm not sure, actually. I'll have to ask Andy, actually, who came up with the name. I'm not sure.
Because he has been there since day one of the Brickyard.
He was there at the time, I think, so he should know.
Because he is the face. Andy is the face of the Brickyard.
Well, that's it, yeah. I mean, everybody who's been to the Brickyard will know who he is, because it's always him there on the door. I think a lot of people don't realise he's the manager, they just think he's the guy who works on the door,
Yep.
But yeah,
Brummy accent.
So if you've ever been to the Brickyard, you know who Andy is, because he's pretty much always there. So he's kind of...
He's good crack.
He is, yeah, very much so.
I think he handles he handles people who are misbehaving quite well.
Yeah. Well, that's it. He has to have good crack. The amount of people he
stays calm.
Yeah.
I've seen him in action.
He gets his ear bent all night, so he has to kind of be able to talk to people. I can't. I don't know how he does it sometimes. But
He's got away with words, I think. Cause one of our gigs, someone was complaining about t-shirts. We'd sold out of a size or something, and he wanted another size. But this other t-shirt had way more colours on it, so it was cost a bit more.
Okay.
And he was saying, "Yeah, but that band's selling their t-shirt for £10." And I was like, "Well, go and get theirs then." But he just kept going on and on until Andy came through and took him aside into the entrance bit, and he's just going, "Yeah, all I want is a t-shirt." And Andy just goes, "Yeah, but it's not about the t-shirt though, is it? It's about your attitude." That was just the end of the conversation. He didn't have a comeback to that.
No,
and
fair enough.
And he was drunk, and he still just went, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
left. I was like, "Wow."
Fair
I was
enough.
like, "He's been here a long time."
Well, that's it. I think he's learned over the years. And I mean, he's got his door badge as well, Andy. He's actually he's actually a registered doorman as well. So I think he kind of knows.
I think he's a ninja as well.
He's
Really.
there's a bit of everything. I think so. Yeah, he's learned over the years, obviously, how to deal with people, and he's got it down. He's got it down pat now, I think.
I think you both enjoy your job as well, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like things like last night when you see a packed house and everyone's enjoying themselves and it's going well.
Brilliant, definitely. Yeah, that's it. Those are
why you do your job, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, those are kind of the best nights. Yeah, it was very enjoyable last night actually. And yeah, it's when you see the whole room going, it's great.
It was good to see them singing the words.
Oh yeah, definitely. There was
the whole room.
Yeah, there's
singing.
A lot of it.
It's like
that's
I
it.
love stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it. Shows
especially for newer bands coming through.
Yeah,
don't get that as much.
No.
It's harder to come by.
Yeah, definitely. There was a bit of that for the main support as well. I noticed there was Airways. They seemed to get a really good reaction too, and there was people singing along to some of their stuff. People who obviously knew.
Were they all from down south? Way down south. I think Southend on Sea.
I can't.
I think
that's where they're from.
Yeah.
Where Nothing But Thieves from. I'm not sure where the other two are from. Actually.
I think they were southern.
Yeah,
to some degree.
So. Yeah, but I'm not quite sure where exactly. I can't know. I think they had, although they had an American drummer. I think Airways. They said the drummer was from Chicago.
I think I did hear American accent at one point. I thought he was just putting it on.
Like some bands do.
Some bands. Yeah, this American accent comes from nowhere. Then you go backstage. And, he's not American. Oh, he's from here.
How about that?
So it is. Yeah, it's great. I love it. It's a great job. Yeah.
That's why you do what you do, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, prior that's it. Getting into it, I just had day job. I always thought, because it's so hard to find a job in the music industry, really, nowadays.
So I've had a job that you don't hate.
Yeah, definitely.
You actually look forward going to.
I always thought I'd probably just end up, just doing a day job that I wasn't particularly into, and then doing music stuff on the side, you know. So
work at a music venue and get paid.
So that's it.
Wow.
Yeah. When Mark came to me this, I was like, yeah, okay, and yeah, it's great. Yeah. So,
there you go, folks. You don't have to work at a supermarket forever.
No. Yeah.
There are other opportunities out there.
That's what I was doing. So.
I think some people sometimes feel a bit trapped, like they feel like they don't think it's worth looking for other jobs.
Yeah.
They think, oh, I've got a job, so I'll just.
Well, that's
stick
it. I mean, especially over the last few years when there was real sort of job shortages and things, and people, companies going out of business and things like this, and I think people are just happy to have a job of any sort. At some point,
I mean, there is that. You've got to be grateful to have any kind of job.
Yeah.
But I think some people they sort of blame their situation when really they are capable of getting out of it. If they thought about it.
Definitely, yeah. It does happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's easy to just get stuck in a rut, I guess, and
or they get out of the habit of even trying to go for other jobs.
Yeah.
Because they just think, what's the point? But if you don't try, you don't get, do you?
No, definitely. Yeah, that's it.
You could end up working at your favourite venue.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it does happen.
I think some people might be scared of going for a job that they know they're going to enjoy, like it's the hobby, because they're scared it'll just take all the fun out of it.
Maybe.
There's that, yeah.
I mean, that's something I've thought about for a while.
I think that was maybe a little bit of part of Marc's decision. I think he was getting a bit jaded by it all.
The fun was going out of it.
Yeah, he wasn't enjoying it as much as he'd used to. I think.
Yeah.
He wanted to get out and do something different. I think so.
What do you know what he's going?
Well, now he's doing him and his friend run a sort of vintage homeware business. Yeah.
What a career change!
They sell stuff online, and
all right.
that seems to be going quite well. Now.
Oh, cool. Fair play to him.
They're send stuff all over the world. Like they've got people from Australia buying a bowl or something. Yeah.
Oh, they've made it.
Oh, it's mad. It's crazy.
I never would have predicted that.
So yeah, that's what he does now. Yeah,
as long as he's happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's about. Isn't it?
They seem to really enjoy it. Yeah, so yeah, they go off to auctions and stuff and look for stuff and come back with a van full of all this stuff and sift through it and then sell it on for a profit.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, so definitely.
So have you got any plans for the Brickyard? Any other changes or developments or?
It's I mean, there's always stuff we want to do.
Yeah. Just getting the time to do it, I suppose.
It's we'd like to upgrade the lighting and stuff. I think that's maybe one of the next things we might look at.
That's the only thing from gigging there myself. A lot of times is photographers have said some of the lighting, at the back.
Yeah.
For the drummers.
Yeah.
They struggle to get the drummers.
It's quite
But other than that,
yeah. Well, that's it. We've only got a few sort of cans pointing down on the stage at the top. So there's only so much we can get up there. Well, yeah, it would be quite nice to get some more down there and stuff. I think so. That might be something we'll look at, but it's a case of affording it and stuff, because we're an independent venue. We don't get any funding from anywhere. No. It's all just whatever money we make ourselves. So
yeah, that's it.
So that's sort of surviving is the main thing. First off, keep it open.
Did you upgrade the sound last year? Sure, the last time I played there.
We got a new desk.
I'm sure a
couple of years ago.
Monitors.
I think there's maybe some new monitors. Yeah, I don't know if there's any too much of that stuff changed in my time there, but I think just before I came in, maybe there was some of it. But that's always something like. I think there's probably some stuff on that front we might look at as well. But Gareth is our main engineer.
Yeah.
He's just contracted in. He's self-employed. He's not actually a Brickyard employee technically. But he's
always there.
But he's our main guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's. He knows that he knows it better than anyone now.
Definitely.
And he's sort of put so much work in. He comes in. He comes in with all these he's got all he hooks his laptop up to the desk and he's got all sorts of microphones dotted about and things.
Yeah.
And he'll come in with all these new patches and things that he's wanting to try, new effects and stuff. And he's he's getting great sound now.
Definitely
best it's ever been right now. So
Mr. Particular, I call him.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's very. But that's kind of what you need from a sound man, really.
It gets results. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I was a bit offended. The first time I met him, I was a bit offended because he can be very direct. He knows what he wants.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And I was a bit like, oh.
Does it? Yeah. He'll tell you what he wants.
But you get used to it and you realise that he knows what he's doing. So.
Yeah, definitely. That's it. Yeah. So.
I know some bands are afraid to tell, not just him, but like Sound Guy in general, what they're not happy with.
Yeah,
they're almost like they don't want to offend him by saying I can't hear this or I can't hear that.
No. I think especially when you're starting out, you don't really know that you can ask.
I've said to a few of the younger bands, I'm saying if you can't hear something, tell him.
And
he'll make you hear it.
You don't know. That's his job. Yeah, you don't know what you can ask for really when you're starting out, I guess. Do you?
I mean, I've done it myself. Back in the day, spending a whole gig, I can't hear my guitar or I can't hear the vocals because I was too scared to say I can't hear it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But it's like you've got to think of yourself as well. Like, I want to play better, so I need to be able to hear myself.
Yeah, definitely.
Or be able to sing in key in order to hear what I'm playing. So
yeah, absolutely. That's it.
He's the man who can sort it out. So tell him.
Yeah, that's it. That's stuff you learn, isn't it? The more you gig and that. Yeah, that's it. That's the thing that sort of new bands have to do, I guess, isn't it? They just have to get out there and gig as much as they can, and they learn all this stuff. And
the other unique thing about the Brickyard is the screen. Yeah, that's quite a unique.
Yeah, I guess you don't see that. No, I guess not. Because we get a lot of bands come in, and they'll have backdrops and stuff. Physical ones like.
That's us. We're like, the Brickyard. Yes, we don't need to take a huge backdrop. Just send you a file and you put it on the screen.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. We can just project it.
That's really good.
That's something actually. A new projector. We might have to look at that. At some
Do you know what?
It's on its way.
I agree.
It's seen better days.
Yeah, you can see when you put in there. You see you goes to your desktop and you can see
unfortunately, but and it's got a little bit of a flicker now and again and stuff. So that might be something we'll have to look at.
But also, it works really well with having your posters going around on a cycle.
Yeah, that's it. We like to put that on in between the bands. It's just a bit more advertising.
Gets that into people's brains about what gigs are coming
definitely. There used to be two of them actually. I don't know if you remember.
There was one in the corner by the merch.
One in the back corner.
I do remember that. Did they just pack in? Or was it taking up too much space?
I'm not sure actually. I think maybe that projector packed in.
I think it
went
something. Once when there was some kind of refurb or you did something. I think it just disappeared.
Yeah, it was before I was there.
Because it was on like a triangle corner shelf.
Yeah, it was on the angle. It was on an angle.
But it did used to take up quite a bit of space, so maybe that had something to do with it.
I don't know if I think the projector maybe went and
maybe
might as well take it down.
Yeah. But I do love that screen. It's cool.
Yeah,
obviously
it's handy.
Some bands, if they're that advanced, they can play the videos and stuff on it. In the middle of their sets
sometimes it happens. Yeah,
we did a little bit of that last one. Like some of the bigger bands if they're playing a song, they'll play the video for that song.
Yeah, we've had that. Yeah, we get that sometimes.
Cool. Or an intro video or something.
We use it for the club nights as well. Usually, we'll have themed videos playing on it while the club night's on. So
you could have cinema screen nights in there as well. You show classic films.
I guess we could. Yeah, maybe.
If we ever get to the point, we could do a live podcast at the Brickyard.
But yeah,
that would be cool.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, make a note of that.
Yeah, write it on here.
Write it down
in capital letters.
Because some of the podcasts I listen to, obviously they're set up like this, but then every once in a while they'll actually do a tour of certain towns.
Right.
Because obviously the host that we use, Libsyn, tells you who's downloaded it, where they are, and how they've downloaded it. So obviously most of it's Apple Core Media, which is Apple devices, iPhones, tablets, and iTunes.
Yeah.
But also, so you can say, we've got a lot of listeners in this town.
Right,
it breaks it down into like cities as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously you have to pay for it, but I think it's worth it because
if
you don't know your audience, how can you grow it?
No. Well, that's kind of similar with like the social media stuff we do. Like Facebook and that. It tells you your demographics and stuff. And then you can target posts at certain people and things like that. It's handy to know that stuff. And
it is or you can find out where bands are more bands can do it as well, where they're more popular at and sort of target that area, or try and go for somewhere where they're not so popular and build it up again.
I think that's happened before. We've had agents sending us bands because they think it's a market that's going to do well for them. They've obviously done the research and because Brickyard's kind of central for Scottish bands come down. Yeah, well, this is it.
And North East as well.
Yeah, you would think we're in a sort of ideal position for bands going up to Scotland or coming
just
back
off the
down.
motorway.
Because that's it. We're right at the top of the M6. Sadly, it doesn't always work out like that, unfortunately. But
you do all right.
But yeah, we do okay. Yeah.
But hopefully, it'll just keep growing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think the Brickyard's got a certain reputation, I think, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
With things like Ash and
Yeah, that's it. It's like keeping the big names coming in like
because
that.
your venue's going to appear on that list of tour dates.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's it. People see it. Yeah. Then
every time I see a band, I always go, they're playing the Brickyard.
Oh, they are.
Sometimes they are. Sometimes
they're not. It's a nice. But yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, it's a weird one because obviously Carlisle were quite isolated. We're not really near anywhere else.
No.
The only city.
I think that works in your favour.
The only city in Cumbria.
Yeah.
It can.
You can,
but it can also obviously be a bad point because we're a bit
geographically,
out of the way.
I think it makes sense if you are going from somewhere like Manchester
you would
to Scotland.
think so. Yeah, I mean that does happen.
That's a long way.
Yeah.
Like you've got a spot in the middle there where you can play a gig.
It does happen. Yeah. It does happen. Sometimes they'll be going up to Scotland and we'll get them, but sometimes they go over to Newcastle instead or something, and then
go up that way. Newcastle does have a lot of venues like Trillions and all that.
Yeah, well that's it. I mean, obviously bigger cities.
They
know there's going to be a bigger audience, so of course you can understand why.
Yeah, I just think the Brickyard could establish itself as a standalone. It's Cumbria, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this is it. We draw our crowd from all over Cumbria. It's not just Carlisle because of the way Cumbria is, because it's so sort of spread out and sparsely populated for the size of it.
It's got a draw.
It means that we draw our crowd from all over the county, not just isolated around Carlisle.
Yeah, like some of the shows we've done where you've got like a band from West Cumbria and you've got us, and then we've got a band from Newcastle or Scotland even, and then they all sort of come together.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what we like to do. With our gigs, whenever we can, if we're picking the bands and stuff, we'll try and pick bands from all the various regions.
Dumfries.
Yeah,
there's quite a few bands there
Dumfries,
now.
Yeah. Try and sort of do that to get a bit of the crowd from everywhere and just get the biggest crowd we can, basically.
Have you been to? Do you go to festivals much? Or?
It's been a couple of years now, but yeah, I used to back in the day. It was kind of. Tea in the Park 1998, that was my first ever festival.
Wow.
98.
Mine was around then. I think mine was V98.
V98, wow, V Festival, yeah. That's still going, I think, isn't it? I think so. It's really poppy now, I think, isn't it? It's all just pop bands and stuff.
Well, yeah.
Pop acts. But, so that was my first one, and then I sort of went to Leeds Festival from then.
Yeah, I did
for a few years. But then I kind of had a bit of a break there. I think sort of Leeds, I did 2001 or 2002 or something.
I did. And was it Foo Fighters or Chili Peppers?
Chili Peppers were on one year, definitely. Definitely, I was there.
It was one then the other, because when the Foo Fighters played, it was when Taylor Hawkins had his drug overdose the next day. I think it was all over the newspapers. Oh.
Was that 2002, maybe?
I think it was 2002, maybe,
yeah. I think...
And the Chili's will be there before
maybe 2001 was the Chili Peppers and...
How was it both of those? I remember that.
Who else was on? I think... The Offspring, were they maybe?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And there was one... Feeder. Feeder. Feeder were the first band that I ever... Tea in the Park 98, they were the first band I saw. They were they were right down the bill on the... I think they were maybe on the main stage, but they were right down the bottom of the bill. They were like one of the first bands on. So they were actually the first band I saw at a festival. And yeah, they're still going, aren't they?
I love a bit of Feeder.
They played the one in Carlisle, didn't they? Last year, that one.
Oh yeah.
What was it called? Milecastle 66. They played that. Yeah.
Do you remember years ago there was a? I keep meaning to look it up. I think it was called Eden Festival, and it was in Penrith. And there was like Feeder and like a band called the Dum Dums.
Oh yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
It just, I almost feel like I dreamt it, but I know it happened because there's a few people that said they were there.
There is a festival called Eden Festival, isn't there?
Yeah, but I looked it up and it's not the same. This seemed like it was a one-off. I'm sure it was in like 99, 2000, and it was in a field just down the road.
All right, I'm not sure.
It does exist because I looked it up and I did find a picture, and I met what's her name? Is it Sarah Kaywood from BBC?
All right,
she's the same age as me.
All right.
Not that's got anything to do with it.
By the way,
just a little fact.
And I remember talking to her, but it just, I don't know, it almost does feel like I dreamt it. But other people have confirmed that it did actually happen.
I don't know. Yeah, well, maybe if yeah.
But because it seemed quite big. I know there were a lot of people there, and I just, for this small town where we are, I was like, how did that just randomly one year? Yeah, nothing before it, nothing after it.
It's a bit strange, isn't it?
Obviously now we've got Kendall calling.
Yeah, of course. I mean that's crazy now, isn't it? So big.
Which is a strange situation because did start off in Kendal, but now it's in
Yeah,
Penrith.
well, that's it. It's just down the road, isn't it? Just from here.
Wouldn't have worked if they changed it to Penrith Calling.
No, that's
Kendal
true.
Calling rolls
I
off
don't
your tongue
think
a bit better.
I can't remember who, but I've seen, I've been a few times and seeing bands who obviously aren't from round here just shouting on stage like, it's like, thank you, Kendal, and all this. It's like, we're nowhere near Kendal, mate.
They haven't done their research.
They don't know. Well, it's fair enough. But yeah, I mean, Kendal Calling, it's really impressive how they've built that, to be honest. Like from how it started, it started on the side of a truck, stage on the side of a truck, just like 1 or 2 stages, I think it was, or something, and now it's this massive multi-million-pound thing,
Yeah.
and they get massive names now as well.
They do, yeah. I'm going to reach out to, is it Ben Robinson, the main guy?
Yeah,
reach out to him. I want to get him on the podcast.
Right, yeah.
So if you're listening, Ben, get in touch.
I mean, I've worked at it a couple of times as well, actually, Kendal Calling, because again, that started when I was doing my degree. I came to I can't think what year it must have been.
Was it when it was still in Kendal?
No, it was here. It was up Lowther.
Yeah.
When would that have been? 2009, maybe? Was that when I started my degree? I think so. Maybe it was in the second year. Maybe it was 2010, something like that.
Right.
I worked on it, worked with the production team and stuff. And yeah, it was great. Even then, and even from then, I went back a couple of years ago. Went down with Colt 45. Actually, they were playing.
Oh yeah.
So I went down with them, and it was so much bigger than just a few years earlier when I'd worked there. There was bits. The arena was basically in the same place, but there was bits. It expanded outwards. There was bits that I remembered from being where the crew stuff was when I was there was now part of the arena.
It's grown a lot.
So it's impressive how they've done it. Yeah.
I just wish I had a bit more rock.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's the
for me,
thing. Yeah, there's not too much that sort of stuff, is there?
No.
And there don't seem to be an awful lot of local bands this year. I think last couple of years that seems to have dropped off a bit.
It's been gradually getting less and less.
Yeah,
I would have thought they would have gone the other way and do like what Bloodstock do, where they have a new Blood stage, which is all independent underground bands that are on the way up.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer really, because there's a lot in Cumbria.
You would think so, but I don't know. I guess they maybe sort of feel they don't need to now.
Maybe
I don't know. Or
maybe they don't. But
yeah,
it would have been nice.
It would be.
Because we've got to look to these younger bands because they are the future. Because a lot of I think a big portion of what Kendal Calling relies on is those bands that you didn't even know were going anymore.
Yeah.
They seem
definitely.
to come out every summer for a few festivals.
I'd say I think in the last couple of years their lineups have got a lot better.
Yeah.
Prior to that, there was a lot of
of these I don't know if these actually play, but like Cast or Shed 7.
Yeah, a lot of that sort of thing.
Oh,
yeah,
someone else had an album out for 5 years, or 8 years.
Like James play every year, stuff like that, and it's a bit like, but
some people are in love with that era.
I mean,
they're bringing back the 90s. So
we see a lot in, we see. I mean, you get a lot of that in Carlisle, to be honest.
Yeah.
People love that in Carlisle.
They do.
They love that sort of 90s indie stuff. Well,
Yeah. We have nights on it, don't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. We're doing 90s night, and that's insanely popular. That's that's mad,
Yeah, do a lot of good alcohol sales on them nights.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we've done that New Year's Eve the last couple of years, and it's just been crazy, absolutely mental.
I'm thinking of doing something like that this year. Something a bit different.
Yeah, it's so that's a good one. It's good fun. I DJ it as well, and I love it because it's a proper nostalgia trip.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm playing all that stuff from the 90s that I was getting into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Everyone loves it.
Yeah, it's good.
They don't make them like they used to.
Ooh, sounding old.
I think we are. How old are you?
I'm 36 now.
Snap.
Yeah. So not getting any younger.
No.
Unfortunately.
No, but you do have good variety of nights and events on there. I think that's part of you sort of changing your perception of, like you were saying, people thinking it's just heavy rock gigs.
That's it. Yeah, I think a lot of people who don't really know the place, they're just there are an awful lot of people who don't know about it. When I tell people where I work, they're like, "Oh, I've heard of it."
Yeah, or if I say I've got a gig there, they go, "Where is it?" I say Fisher Street, and they go, I go, near Radio Cumbria. Oh yeah, I know where that is. Yeah.
Near the castle.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it does sometimes surprise us how many people just don't know about it. You know? But I don't know. I guess some people just they just
do what you do, haven't
they
you?
live in their little Botchergate bubble and they're not interested. You know.
Yeah, because I've seen some people come in. They'll come in like off the street and they'll pay, but they don't really know what's on.
No.
They come in and you go, they don't look like someone who'd usually be at one of these gigs.
No. Well, I think with us, obviously, we're a bit out of the way. I mean, out of the way, you know, it's only like a 5-minute walk.
Well,
to
yeah,
the rest of
it's a little bit off the beaten
track.
track.
But yeah, we're a bit off the beaten track, I suppose, and so people have to sort of specifically be coming looking for us. Really, I think, because there's not that much other stuff around us that they would be.
It's funny because when you do get those random walk-ins, and you think, oh, they're a bit drunk. This doesn't look like their usual night. And then fast forward to an hour later, they're just getting escorted out the building. Someone's made a shit. This is not for you.
No. But I mean, we have quite a few dance nights on now as well and stuff, you know. So we do get some of that crowd as well. You know, people who wouldn't normally come.
They'll be like, you went to a dance night at the Brickyard.
Yeah, you know, people who would normally just spend their night down Botchergate or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, we've had some pretty popular ones because, you know, we had the Uber nights on. You know, I mean, they've packed it in now, Uber, but they were going for 10 years in Carlisle. You know, they've built up a really big name for themselves and big reputation. They were getting big name DJs and stuff.
Yeah.
They did their final one at the venue. Actually, that was like their closing one at the end of the year, and they had Basement Jacks on for that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that was the sort of their final.
Yeah.
But they did a few nights with us. They were doing sort of Uber 300, they called it, because it was just 300 tickets.
Right.
And that was it. And obviously that was a lot smaller than the stuff they would normally do.
Yeah.
But they were bringing big names in as well, you know, big name DJs.
Made
so
it
it was
an
a bit more of an
event.
exclusive thing. And so, yeah, we were getting people who wouldn't normally come. But, you know, everyone seemed to like it. I think it
worked.
They liked that it was in somewhere a bit different, you know, and, you know, different to what they were used to. And,
out with a bang.
Yeah.
So sometimes you still put on tribute bands as well, don't you?
Yeah, I mean
they're usually popular.
Yeah, usually.
Are they a necessity or not? Some venues seem to rely on.
They certainly help us keep going. I mean, the thing with the tribute bands, we don't actually book them. We just that's kind of a stance that Andy took a while back, that he didn't want to actually sort of be hiring tribute bands. It was like, because they didn't do them for years, I think.
So just if they approach you,
we let them hire the venue, basically.
Right. Okay.
We don't actually sort of book them and give them a fee or whatever.
I see. Right.
I think for a long time, they didn't have them at all. But
right.
then sort of gradually, Andy sort of started letting them hire the venue. But it's kind of a stance. It's just kind of, I guess it's to try. It's, you know, we're intending to promote new music, really.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of a part of it. That's kind of why. So yeah, we let them hire the venue, and you know, we do get an awful lot of inquiries.
Yeah.
Loads of them, because I think the thing with the tribute bands, they all sort of follow each other. They'll keep an eye on what everyone's doing. You know?
Right, yeah. Is it the Dirty DC?
Dirty DC.
That's a very popular one. That sells out
massively,
usually,
but yeah, they sell out every time.
Yeah.
They're playing later in the year again. They come back every year, and yeah, people go mad for it.
I've said it before on the show, but I like tribute bands of bands that aren't around anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit odd when you get ones that are still going
and
that's
still doing quite well.
Yeah, we had a Kasabian one a couple of years back. Yeah, someone hired it to put them on, and it's like, that's a bit odd, you know. You can go see Kasabian if you want to.
Because if the band's no longer around, then that's the best. That's as close as you can get.
You can kind of understand it, yeah.
Especially when you get a really good one. It's like, I love it. Yeah. Like a good Pantera tribute band.
Yes, that's all right.
But like we've said, when you say Megadeth tribute band who've just won a Grammy for their latest album, it's like, I just.
What did I see the other day? There's an Adele tribute night at the North Lakes Hotel.
Adele tribute night.
One of the biggest artists in the world.
There's a difference between paying tribute to someone and trying cashing in on someone who's still.
Well, are you just piggybacking or what?
Yeah. Speaking of the venue, I believe they've got a One Direction tribute on.
Oh, God. I wish they were no longer with us.
I thought that was quite funny. Well, I don't know. Are they split up now? Yeah, I don't know.
I think the word is that they were going on hiatus.
Oh, right, yeah.
They're on the hiatus.
They'll all do their solo stuff, then they'll come back
and then they'll get back together for some massive money,
tour.
Money spinning tour.
When all the solo careers fail, when they realise they're nothing without each other.
Either that, or they just couldn't deal with the backlash of everybody, just like burning the One Direction merchandise for splitting up.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
It was bad enough when they announced it, when they said it was just a break. People were just going nuts.
Yeah, that's true.
Things like that I think are a bit. That's a bit. I mean, a tribute to a boy band. That's a bit much, isn't it? I've taken it a bit far.
Well, even like Adele though, who's still
Adele. That's
one of the best selling acts in the world.
That's a strange one. Yeah.
But I think some venues, obviously, they're balanced original nights, because by and large, if you're playing original bands a lot, then chances are they're not going to be overly busy. So if you're going to put tribute bands on when you're quieter,
it definitely helps. It's, I mean, like I say, we just sort of hire it out to them for a set fee. So we've just kind of got that to cover our opening costs.
As long as you cover your
costs. But then if we, if they sell it out and we do really well on the bar and that, it's all, goes towards us. Yeah. All, it all helps. So yeah, they do. It does help things keep ticking over. So it's just one of them things that has to happen, I suppose. But we kind of, we try to keep on top of it. We've kind of got a bit of a not so much a rule of stuff, but now just a sort of rule of thumb, I guess, that we try to sort of keep a year between. If we've got a tribute to some band on, say we've got a Led Zeppelin tribute on, we'll wait a year until we do another one. Yeah, was it
Thin Lizzy one that you've had?
Yeah, Limehouse Lizzy, they play quite a lot.
Was that a good one?
They're they are good. Although the last, because I've never actually seen them they have a frontman who apparently is really like Phil Lynott.
Oh, okay.
But the last couple of times that they've played, in the time I've been there, he hasn't been with them because I think he had to have shoulder surgery or something. So he couldn't play the bass and stuff. So
right.
they got they had somebody else in who didn't sound anything like Phil Lynott really, but was very good.
They got a Bon Scott tribute in instead.
But I mean, they sound great. And they're very popular. Yeah. But I mean, some of the, like Dirty DC, they have, they're very like them. If you like AC/DC, you will like seeing them because they're very like them, and they do, they put on a big show and that, they've got cannons and stuff and all this, and
wow.
It's good to watch. It's good fun to watch, but it's not something I would personally go pay and spend my money on. But
people do.
But that's it. Yeah, that's it. 300 people come in and love it.
If you're in a really good cover band or tribute band, you can make more money than an original band these days.
Definitely.
Easy.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. That's the state of things, unfortunately.
Some bands do that on the side, do cover gigs to just keep the original band ticking over, which makes sense.
Yeah,
we do what you've got to do.
Some of the tributes that come to us, they say they've got original bands on the side, and but
supplementing it.
That's where the money is, unfortunately.
That's it. Yeah. But the Brickyard's got a lot going for it.
Yes, hopefully for a long way to continue. Keep me in a job.
Yeah. So if someone wants to get in touch with the Brickyard, how do they do that?
Well, kind of, the email is the best way, probably. On our website, which is thebrickyardonline.com, we've got an inquiries email on there.
Oh, yeah.
We get a lot of messages to the Facebook page as well. And I monitor all these, so I get them.
Okay.
So yeah, if anybody sends one, it'll probably be me that answers. But we get so many, like,
I bet you do,
so many emails and stuff, and
some of them you just have to go ignore.
Well, this is it. We do. I mean, we have a disclaimer on the website. It says we get so many that we might only reply if it's something that we want to go on with. Because we get so many.
You can't reply to the ones to say no.
That's
thanks.
it. Yeah, we get so many from sort of smaller bands around the country. I mean, I know what it's like. In bands in the past, I've just emailed venues and that, and
I think a lot of it's like how do you present yourself? Like if you just copy and paste the same email.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we get that a
mile off.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can see like all the the fonts change size and stuff. It's like so you've cut a bit from there and stuck it there, and we quite often get them addressed to like the wrong venue and stuff.
I forgot to change the
I forgot to change the name of the venue, and it's like I'm not.
Dear Club Rock, I mean,
if you can't get the name of the venue right, I'm not even gonna reply to you, right? No. Or sometimes they just get it wrong. What was it? We get it like Brick Lane and stuff. They'll it's like at least get the name of the venue right. Yeah. I'm not gonna. And we get a lot. We get a lot as well. There's a place called the Brickyard down in Essex as well.
Yeah.
We get loads of emails for that. and I've actually I did actually reply to someone once and said, it's we're up in car. Why? Where have you found this email address? I'm wondering if it's maybe been listed wrongly somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think she said that she just kind of Googled the Brickyard contact or something like that, and our email address was the first thing that came up.
Not read what website it was
just
on.
Emailed us, yeah.
Oh,
so obviously I think a lot of people must do that, and we get all these questions about like, I came in for food the other week and wasn't happy about it. Or somebody. I'll say thanks to the doorman who helped me downstairs or something. It's like, we don't have a downstairs. You've got the wrong place. I'm sorry.
Is there a TripAdvisor for the Brickyard?
I believe so. I don't take any notice of that. I'll be honest with you. I don't.
You know what you're doing's good. So.
I'm not a TripAdvisor. I think it
is good and it is bad.
It's I think the bulk of people who go on sites like that, it's only if they've got something to complain about.
Yeah, usually.
What I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not interested.
Some of them are funny to read though.
Oh yeah, I've heard
some of the things that people
ones,
choose to complain about. You just think, why?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh yeah. I mean, we see that.
Sometimes it's just a bad experience. Go back again and see if it happens again. Like restaurants, you've got to give 3 times, I think, before you make your mind up.
Yeah. We get that at the Brickyard. Sometimes you'll get people complaining about things, and it's like,
were you drunk?
It's like, well, you're the one person out of that crowd of 300 who's said anything. So
exactly.
I don't think it was an issue.
No. So if someone was going to email the Brickyard, what are things that they should? How should they approach it, or what should they not do?
Well, it depends. If it
was like a young band looking to get a gig.
Yeah, well, I mean,
how long have we been going?
Especially like local young bands, because we do specifically. We've got Launchpad nights. I don't know if you've
I've seen them.
Which is specifically aimed at, because we were getting so many emails from local bands and stuff. Have you got any support slots going? Things like this. And it's like a lot of the time it's bands we've never seen before. And so we want to see what they're like live. We want to meet them and talk to them.
So it's like you guys putting on a night yourselves.
Yeah.
To invite all these younger bands.
That's where we started it.
That's a good idea.
Just to give them a chance to play it. So it's
what they need, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And that's it. It gives us a chance to see what they're like, see what sort of crowd they bring down and stuff. And it's also, but it's also a chance for just other local bands who've been going longer.
Yeah. Just
to play the Brickyard again. Maybe they haven't played for quite a long time. So like quite a lot of the recent ones, we've had kind of bands on that have been going for a long time in Carlisle, but they just haven't played the Brickyard for a while. So it's good to get them on again as well. So yeah, we encourage like local bands to email, and especially, and just tell us, link us to your pages and stuff, so we can maybe try and have a listen, hopefully. I know it's hard for bands when they're first starting out, because
to get like a decent
recording and stuff.
Like
it's not easy, is it?
Yeah, but that's why I suppose at least you can see them live to get.
That's true. Yeah. So absolutely, we encourage that. But it's when we start, we get emails from bands further afield, and it's like, we'd love to. Sometimes you'll listen to them and you're like, it's like, you sound great, but we just can't put you on. Nobody knows who you are, unfortunately. Nobody's going to come out.
You need to come with someone from your area who's a bit bigger, more established. If they get a gig, then go with them. I think
and most bands understand that when you reply to them, they get it.
Because you could come all that way and you're not going to get paid.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we did so many gigs like that in the Sun Explodes in the early days, going to places and just playing to nobody. And it's like...
You've got to.
Yeah,
You've got to start like that.
But that's it, I think that's... With my new current band, it's kind of... We're like, we don't really want to do that. We'll go... we went to this one in Bolton because we,
Was it Matt Seddon? Was he the promoter? Moshaholic Promotions?
No. Is he the guy that has been putting stuff on there? I think I saw something recently. Maybe is he packing in, or is he handed over to somebody else?
No,
or
something? He's started up another one with somebody else.
Right,
like a bigger promotions company.
No, it was a guy called Ivan. I can't remember his name, but he puts on quite a few nights there. Apparently,
it's a small venue, but
really... tiny. Well, I'd played there with the Sun Explodes. Actually, I realised afterwards.
But if you get like, I don't know, 30 people,
but that's it. We figured it.
It's
and
great
like,
atmosphere.
We knew one of the other bands that we were going to be playing with as well, and we thought, yeah, it could be, it'd be all right. But we're not up for sort of, going down to London to play to like 5 people or something, and
no,
it's just not what we're up to anymore. Getting too old for that. So.
Too old.
So yeah. So, but that's that's what bands have to do at the start, isn't it? But
you should have a hall of fame of your funniest emails that you've had.
Yeah,
you should print them off and stick them on the wall.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, there have been some quite entertaining.
I might start messaging venues. Just say, send us your funniest emails.
Yeah,
we'll collate them all.
Yeah, it's just loads of vague stuff you get and that, and it's like.
I mean, calling it the wrong venue, that's hilarious. That's just like.
It happens more than you would. Happens more than you would think.
Than it should.
Yeah, definitely. But so yeah, it's a shame when you get these bands emailing and sometimes you listen to them and it's like, yeah, they sound cool, but
we can't really do anything for you.
Yeah, so you just have to say to them, yeah, sorry, it's not works. And I mean, it's even slightly bigger bands, who might draw a crowd elsewhere. We're like, we can't, a Tuesday night in Carlisle, we're just not going to be able to draw a crowd for you, you know what I mean?
Because there's not actually that many promoters who put
around Carlisle at the moment. Not much at all. No, I can remember, back in the day when the Brickyard first started out, I remember there being a lot more. But there's not many at all now actually around here. No,
there's like you've got Rockmantic, Raz White.
Yeah, Raz. That's a very
he's
kind
one.
of I mean, Rockmantic's getting bigger every year. That's. Yeah,
I think it was close to selling out. Just this one gone, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
very
was
close.
really busy every night and that. So yeah, that's growing in popularity all the time. But that I think we find that a lot of the crowd for that is from outside of the area.
It is, and that's purely because he does his homework and he picks the right lineup. All these bands that do well all over the country.
Yeah, definitely.
He handpicks them. If you put them all together, people will come from wherever.
I think, and now it's getting a bit of a reputation. They all when he announced it. I mean, it's been on sale for a while. Next year's one now
sold well.
And there's already quite a few tickets sold for it. And like you get, I think they see it's on sale and they make a holiday of it, you know what I mean? They'll book their hotels, they'll come down for the weekend.
That's part of it, that's part of the experience.
And we saw actually on this year's one, Weatherspoons in Carlisle, they tweeted about it saying, lots of familiar faces in this year who are all, because they stay in the Ibis, go have their breakfast in Spoons and then come to us.
That's good that you got
that's it. We see
community.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, local businesses will be doing all right out of it as well, you know what I mean? Yeah, so
that's cool.
So it's
because I think the Ibis put on a special offer for that.
Oh, really?
I think they do. Yeah, I think this year was the first year that they were aware of it. Maybe they'd heard about it last year but missed out on it and then thought this year we'll do. Well,
that's it. They must get a lot of people staying there. Yeah,
pretty much full. So I don't know. Apart from the Ibis, what other hotels are there?
There was Travelodge near there as well.
There is,
a lot of bands that come with us, they stay there and that. Nothing But Thieves were staying in somewhere last night. I can't remember where they were staying in overnight.
Is there a Crown and Mitre?
The Crown and Mitre is like the big one in the town centre. I mean, that's really close to us, so that can be handy sometimes. Bands have been known to go there and stuff. We've booked rooms for bands there and things. But it's a nice hotel. That I think it could be 4-star. I think.
Oh right.
I think.
I don't think you'll get many bands staying there. Then off their own back.
It's at least 3. It could be 4. It's quite a nice one.
Yeah.
But so there's quite a lot of hotels around Carlisle really. So there's plenty of places for people to stay if they want to come. That's
Yeah, it's worth coming to if anyone's listening. Check out the Brickyard in Carlisle. If your favourite band's playing there and it's not too far. Yeah. Or even if it is. Make a weekend of it. Plenty of people to start doing that now.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, I like doing that. I like going somewhere. If Manchester or Glasgow or something, if there's a band I like, and make a weekend of it. Yeah, get a hotel and stay over, and it's good fun.
That's it. Well, Nick Yule, thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, cheers.
And I'll get your compadre Andy on at some point.
Yeah, maybe you'll be up to it. You'll have plenty of interesting tales over 15 years of the Brickyard, I would think.
He's another one where I've talked to him a lot at the Brickyard. Yeah. In between, if I've been playing, I've got to go off and do something. Yeah. He's got to go off. So like, this now is the longest I've ever spoken to
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
And it'll be the same when I talk to him. And I've known him for 10 years, maybe more. But yeah, thanks very much anyway, Nick.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Cheers.
Take care.